Then it was good to see you in one of the biggest movies of the year, which is Chhaava. But now, how do you look at the box office success of the movie? The reason I'm asking you the box office success is because there was a section of the audience who probably didn't like the movie much. There were mixed opinions also coming for the movie, for your character as well. Some felt that you were not given that much of screen time. Your character was not well established. What did you think of it?
Isn't that the case with all films, where everybody has mixed opinions and some people like it and some people don't? And to each his own, honestly, because I might not walk into a theatre and like the film that I'm watching, but that doesn't mean that it's not a good film or that it won't find its own audience. And I think it's important to have both sides, so that makers can, and actors as well, can do better the next time or change certain things. I watch every film of mine. I hate watching my own films. I find it really, it just, because every time I watch a film that I've done before, I'm like, I could have done that better and I could have done this differently. And I'm a huge critic of my own work. So, but yeah, I mean, there was, I know that there were two different, I mean, there were people that liked it and people that didn't. But for me, I think what I really liked about this character was that I had very little to say. And that gave me another challenge. There was so much power in the silences, and that's not easy to do. It's actually much easier when your work is drawn out for you, when you have dialogues and a lot to play with. But when you're not given a lot to play with, then you're working like very with silences, and there's a lot of internal emotions and thoughts and feelings that you want to show without words. And so that for me was a challenge as an actor. It's something I've not done that much before. And so I looked at the positive side of it. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, were there those many scenes only, or were there more scenes being written?
What do you mean?
It's what you see. The screen time was that much only, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know Aurangzeb had such a pretty daughter.
Okay.
It was, you want to be a part of a film that kind of makes, I mean, of course we didn't know at that point it was going to make history, but it was a very interesting script from the point of view of it's just telling our history. It was a chunk of our history, then stuff that I'd learned in school that was being represented on screen. So it was definitely something I wanted to be part of. And of course, Maddock, I mean, I started my journey with them. So everything with Maddock is special, and I would never say no. So yeah, and of course Lakshman sir, I wanted to work with him. So there was many pluses for me, and the fact that I got to play a character, visually that I've not done before. So being transported to that era and playing a Mughal princess, and just the get-up and the hair, makeup, outfits. It was visually something I hadn't done before. So I decided to take it in my stride.
Dinah, it was really a heartfelt post that you've written after the wrap-up of Section 84, where you said working with Mr. Bachchan was like a masterclass. Yeah.
It truly was.
Any particular things that you're going to carry forward, working in your future projects?
No, it truly was a masterclass, just watching him in action, even though I was in the scene. And it was one of those films where, because you were opposite such a fine actor, your performance automatically improved. Because I've said it before as well, being in that moment and just reacting off of the person in front of you, and when he's that person, it just gives you so much more to play with. And really just watching just the way he brings nuances and it's just so real. Like sometimes I wasn't sure whether he was still in the scene, not in the scene, because it was that, that real. And I just decided to play along until I heard cut from somewhere because I didn't want to be the one to mess up the scene and, make us all redo it because of me. But just, it was incredible. An incredible experience. Section 84.
I hope it releases soon.
Yeah, I hope so too. But it is just, he has done such a magnificent job of the character that he played. And so I really hope that, it's out soon. But I learned a lot. I really did. Just watching him, just observing him, and just being in a scene with him was incredible.